Hello everyone, Mike here from Magnus Box, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up the create a user script in your Syncro dashboard. Now what this script does is it allows you to be able to create your backup user accounts in your Magnus Box server from the Syncro dashboard. So before you continue on with this video, make sure that you watch the first video laying the groundwork. In that video we had to set up two important things. One is we had to request your API user account for your Magnus Box server, and the second was setting up those customer custom fields that we're going to be using in this video. So let's get started here. So before you use the script, you're going to want to make sure that you go into your customers tab and click on one of your customers and make sure that you have a username and password set up here in this custom field, because our script is going to pull this data when it sends it over to your Magnus Box server. So as you can see here, I have the user account or the username and password set up as mbsyncrodev1. If you want to edit these or set these up, you can do that by clicking on the edit button like I showed you guys in the laying the groundwork video. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to setting up that script. So we're going to click on the script tab and we're going to go ahead and click on new script. We're going to call this one Magnus Box create a user account. You can name this anything you want. This is just what I'm calling it for this video. Go ahead and check the mark as favorite button, because like all of our scripts, this is going to be one of your favorites as well. And we're going to select PowerShell under the file type because all of our scripts are in PowerShell. We'll leave the rest of the settings as default. Just make sure that they say run as system and max script runtime. Now this script requires two variables to be declared. So we have to grab the Magnus Box username and the Magnus Box password from the customer account that I showed you there a few seconds ago. We're going to click add script variable, and then it's going to pop down with variable name. We're going to call this one MBU for Magnus Box user. Under variable type, we're going to click on platform, and then for value, we're going to find that customer custom field that we set up in the laying the groundwork video. So all you have to do is type in the word Magnus. However, because this is the name of our Syncro instance, we've got to find the value that we are looking for. So right here it is. You need customer custom field Magnus Box username. So that's the first one we're going to use, and then we need the second variable. And because we had the username in the first one, we're going to call this one Magnus Box password, or MBP. And those have to be set that way because that's how we declared it in the script. So we're just going to follow the same steps that we just did for the first one. And let's find that password. Here it is, customer custom field Magnus Box password. So we laid the groundwork for this script. And now we need to head over to the Magnus Box Github page, which is a link that you should have received. If not, you can always contact us to get a copy of our link to our Github page. In here, we're going to keep an updated list of all the scripts that have been created, as well as the README, which will contain the word-for-word instructions on how to set up all of the scripts. So for this one, we're clicking on the Create New User Script. You have two options here. You can either click and drag here, or you can click on the raw button and get the raw code. Just make sure you copy everything. And then we're going to go ahead and paste that into the script section of Syncro. Just make sure it looks like we have everything, which we do. So there's three things that you have to set up in this script. We try to make these scripts as easy as possible for everyone because a lot of people don't have any scripting experience, so we wanted to make it simple. So we set it up so all the variables that you have to modify in our scripts are below the edit server info below comment. You never want to modify anything under do not modify anything below this line comment. You can modify anything down there, however, it's at your own risk. So we've tested these scripts so we know it works as is. So for the three variables for this script, we have to have the username, the password, and our server URL. The username and password is the API username that we set up for you. If you don't have your API or the dedicated API user account, please open a ticket at support@magnusbox.com to request that, and our staff will get that over to you quickly. So for this video, I have my Magnus Box API account. So here we go. My username is mbsyncro. And I'm going to put that here in the user field. And then the password is right here. Now this password will be getting changed after this video. It's not that I don't trust you guys, it's just I want to make sure no one's getting into our DevOps server. And then under server, we need our server domain or server URL. So we just need the subdomain portion all the way to the end. So mine is devops.magnusbox.com. We're going to put that in there. And so we should be all set. So we've got our username, password, and our server. So just to look through this script here, what we're doing is we are requesting an API call to your server, and then we are telling it to input the username and password to create that account from the customer's custom field we set up earlier. So we're going to create that script. Our script was successfully created. So let's take a look here. As you can see in my DevOps server, we have no user accounts set up at the moment. We're going to go ahead and take care of that to simplify everything. So we're going to click on our assets in RMM. And as you can see, we have 4 devices here. They're attached to 3 different accounts. Now, the nice thing with this script is that if you run it and the account already exists, it's just going to skip it and create a log on your Magnus Box server stating that it couldn't create the user account. So I'm going to select all 4 of our devices, go up to Manage, and we are going to run the script. And I'm going to create a user account script that I created earlier. And we'll hit the Run button. And this should go fairly quickly. We should see it happening here. So there's the first one just got created. And then the other 2 will pop in. There they are. So we have our mbsyncro install, mbsyncro dev1, and mbsyncro dev2. If you have any problems with deploying this script or have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at support@magnusbox.com. Thank you.